Hey everybody, I've got Kathryn Rose. She's the CEO of a company called Channelwise. And of course, many people know who she is, but also she does a lot of training and coaching. And she's done something spectacular. She's gathered a whole bunch of amazing coaches and experts from all over the world, I guess. And you can actually, reach out to these people and engage with them. She has a platform that does this, and we're going to talk about how it works. Kathryn, first of all, welcome. How are you?
Thank you, Julian, for having me. It's a
All
pleasure.
right. Let's dig into this. So you build this platform. I mean, but before you jump in and tell people who you are, I mean, you've done a lot of stuff. You speak everywhere. Who is Kathryn Rose?
So I am Kathryn Rose. I am the founder of a company called Channelwise. It's a technology platform that helps facilitate one-on-one interactions for MSPs and vendors for their partners to help them accelerate their business growth by connecting them one-on-one with experts. So, Julian, sometimes you don't need a full length coaching or training. Sometimes you just want someone to say, you're going in the right direction, or why don't we think about this a little bit differently? Get unstuck, get to that next level. So I have a very large network. I've been in the channel for quite some time. I was in the telecom channel and then IT. And I speak at a lot of the events, as you mentioned. And as I said, I have a very large network, and people are always asking me, oh, hey, can you connect me with so-and-so? And I don't mind doing it, but a lot of these folks have companies, have training companies, and do consulting. And I thought, wouldn't it be great if I were able to collect those folks and then give people an opportunity to book that time with them, their initial consultation. So that's what we did with Channelwise. And yeah, it's been a really great journey. And I've been enjoying being in the channel for as long as I have.
Well, congratulations for doing that, because somebody had to do it, right? And you're absolutely right. Sometimes you just need some really good expert advice. And yes, you could probably Google, right, and then go through all the various pages to figure out who it is. But you've not only assembled these humans, but you've actually curated them, right? Like they're good folks, right? They know what they're doing. So you've done that process of vetting, and these are the right people. So if I want to pick someone who does sales training or marketing or whatever that topic is, rest assured that I'm going to get the right or find the right person through your
For
platform.
sure. Yeah. You can't pay to be an expert. You can't apply even. You have to be invited.
Mm.
And that's because we wanted to make sure that we had good folks. And also there's a rating system too. So, and we record all the calls, not to be creepy and like listen to people's situations, but just so people understand that there is quality control. And if there's an issue, which thankfully has not happened at all ever, but we want to make sure that they're in place. And then of course the recordings help the person who's getting coached. They don't have to worry about writing notes and doing all that kind of stuff, so they can come back to it later again and again. I know with me, I tend, when folks book sales training or sales coaching calls with me, I have a tendency to just rattle it off like, hey, do this, or here, have you thought about this? So it's really good to have that backup so they can go back to it and listen to it again.
Yeah. Plus, it also allows them to share it with their colleagues. And, I missed this, I mean, a little bit cheating in a way, because they're getting, one gig for multiple people. But, it's a way for them to share information too. So I think it's just fantastic. Another really cool thing about your platform is that you don't have to go out of it to actually engage with the actual coach, right? You can say, okay, this person is X dollars per hour. You can book X hours with that
Yeah.
person, and the
Yeah.
system takes care of all the billing and everything else. You don't have to worry about this, right?
Yeah, and I think the other thing that makes it special too is the fact that we facilitate everything, as you mentioned, through our platform. So that expert never gets your information, your personal information, doesn't have your email, doesn't have your phone number. So, if you vibe and things are great and you want to hire that person or book more time with them, you can do that, and you can share your personal information. But if you don't want to, or you just really just wanted that one phone call with that person, and you don't want, follow-up emails or whatever, everything's through our platform. So yeah.
So you just don't want to be bombarded with marketing materials by giving your
Right.
information to anybody. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
And another cool thing as well, from the cybersecurity defense ecosystem perspective, we've got a lot of CISOs and a lot of sophisticated kind of coaches and things. So we're going to load those ones up in our instance as well, so
Yeah.
people can access that as well. So the really cool thing is that you open it up to allow people to bring their coaching experts to the table as well, right? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so the way the platform is built is anyone can come, and our experts are public, but we also built it so that there are separate networks within the system. So it's a platform within a platform in a way. So they're private networks. So the cybersecurity defense ecosystem, for example, you will be loading in your experts that you would like folks to be your members to be able to interact with, and they won't be publicly available to other folks. So we built it so there's that extra little layer, but any vendor can have their own expert network in there as well. So it just gives another again layer of different kinds of experts that you can do, but you can be involved in a specific community that's not public.
Yeah, and it's really cool because with the layering, right? Vendors within there, they can have their own, group of experts, and then, and so on and so forth, right? So it allows everybody to kind of like showcase their talent, their skills and so forth. So love it. It's fantastic. I think the industry needs it. And I mean, who doesn't need coaching, right? I mean, at some point you can guess at it, right? Or you could fake it and pretend you know it. But, I think the one thing that I've learned, if I've learned anything about coaches, is that they allow you to accelerate faster to the finish line than trying to figure this thing out, organically, right? I mean, you can Google and you can read books and you can do this and you can do that. But, coaches have done that work, and they can assess where you are, and they can very quickly get you to where you want to be. When someone asks you, what do I need to coach, Kathryn, what would you tell them?
Well, it's funny because it's not really coaching per se. It's like what I call it, like spot coaching or spot mentoring, because obviously coaching connotates a little bit of more of a long-term relationship. This is kind of how I look at it. It's like when I need to fix the router in our house or something, my husband will be like, did you read the directions? I'm like, just show me.
No.
You know what I mean? Can someone just show me how to do it? And that's really, I think, where the important piece is that there's so much incredible information out there that's very passive. Read my book, take my blog. You can watch a YouTube video, but what if it's not that exact version of that, situation, or, because you can't keep on top of everything. So, or if I'm a MSP or an MSSP or whatever, and I'm have a specific question about a specific vendor instance of software, or I have a law firm that has a specific challenge, maybe I can find someone to just talk me through it, right? That's where I'm feeling like, just show me, or just tell me, or point me in the right direction. And I can kind of, figure it out from there. And so that's really where I am, for me, there's so much going on as a business owner. I don't care if you're a one-man show or 100 or whatever, there's always things going through your head. And it's just nice to kind of talk to someone who's been there before. As I said, like that they could say, you're going in the right direction, or do you think about this a little bit differently? During the pandemic, there were, calls about, just crisis management and how to work remotely and like those kinds of things. So, it really is just a great way to get the advice you need when you need it.
Yeah. Advice on demand. I love it. So there we go. And you also do some cool things with events as well. You have the coaching cafe, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
And you gather up a bunch of these experts, and you make a really cool area, and everybody's got a table, and you can book appointments with them. Tell us a bit about that and how you work with that with events.
So it's, as an entrepreneur, you're always trying to think about, different opportunities and ideas. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could bring our coaches into an event and make an experiential version of the platform. So we did this last year at the Channel Partners Expo. We brought 30 of our coaches and we coached over 300 people. It was a really great event, and I was super excited to do it. And since then, other events have come to us and said, hey, could you do this at my event? So we've actually built another little separate platform, and we've had, and when we go to other folks' events, we can either source experts ourselves, Or a lot of times the folks they have their own speakers and sponsors, and those people want to have one-on-one interactions with people at the show. I mean, I don't know about you, but when I speak at events, there's always a line of people that want to talk to me, and you really don't have the time because they're usually like trying to scoot you out the room and get the next speaker on. Or let's say you're a consultant and you go to a show and you do a talk for visibility. It's nice to have that opportunity to sit one-on-one with somebody. So we did that. So now we can either bring our own coaches, or we can use the event sponsors and speakers that are there that want to have that additional time with some of the participants. And it's been really successful. The most impactful thing for me as a founder, but also just as a human, is to watch these people, both the coaches and the coachees, I guess, the people that take advantage of it, just feel like they get so much out of it. I mean, the testimonials were really heartfelt. One of the ones we did last year, I overheard it a little bit because I was not too far away from it. And afterwards they came over, this couple had fallen on some tough times. They had, one of their big clients was leaving and they were nervous about their business. And this coach and the, face to face was able to talk them off the ledge, and they felt so much better. This big weight had lifted off their shoulders. They had a plan of action. Thankfully, I can report they're still in business because I, kind of kept in touch with them just to check in, and they're doing well. So it was just that moment in time that they were having this crisis in some ways, and then that coach was able to help them. It's just, to me, that's the most important piece.
I think you're spot on. I mean, everybody needs to have a resource, right? When things don't go like you plan them to go, right? And yeah, we were actually looking at how we can bake that into our events as well. So I think it's a brilliant idea. I just think that coaching should be in pretty much every event, period. In that the reason why people go to events is to learn stuff. And yeah, you get to have the exhibitors and the sales pitches and the cool things. That's all great, right? Whatever. But when you take back a skill or a tip or an insight in a day, right, it actually has profound effects moving forward. And we've seen that play out with mastermind peer groups and so on. So no doubt that's the kind of education that sticks with them forever. How would you summarize everything if we wrap this up? What do you want everybody to know? I mean, you want great coaches and experts, right, to reach out and sign up, right? Yeah. And everybody else to, go there and get some services as you need. What do you want everybody to know about Channelwise?
I just want them to know it's an available resource that can really help them. I mean, I book time with the people there, and there's no free lunches. I pay for it too, because there are times where, you really just need someone to listen and help. I think for me, again, it's the idea of impact. It's like the most impactful things that have helped me in my career is asking for help when I needed it, finding the right person. But we do the work for you. We're saying these are from what our expertise and our knowledge and the folks around us and the people that I've known for many years in this sector and out. I mean, we have, folks that are leadership experts that aren't necessarily in the IT channel, but they're leadership experts and sales experts and B2B and things like that. So, really, it's just take advantage of the opportunities that are there. And really help yourself, let's get your business accelerated. Let's get your growth accelerated. And, we're just excited to be able to provide those services.
Well, I've been scanning the platform as well. And maybe there's some people I could, leverage hard to help me. Of course, how do they teach an old dog new tricks? I'm not quite sure, but hopefully there's some things that we can all learn.
You are always finding new tricks, so don't even say that.
We'll keep going. So the game is this, folks. Check out Channelwise. I mean, it's this is not a plug or anything. This is necessary in the channel community, right? And I don't care where you are in the the journey. There's always something to always be learning something. And I always find that when I speak to people, I'm always learning something that I didn't know before. And, it freaks me out because at some point you go, geez, will I ever stop learning? And the answer is, I think you only stop learning when you die. Don't quote me on that, but, it's what it is. I mean, I just came back from a World Hacker event where hackers were pivoting against vendors, and I learned so much in 2 hours that my brain was on fire. I really didn't know what I didn't know, and everything I didn't know, I kind of ignored. So I just say this: if you don't know what you don't know, and you believe that that's a thing,
Yeah.
right? When you speak to experts, then you realize, oh my goodness, I did not know that, and it enlightens you in many, many ways. So
Yeah.
good for you, Kathryn. And the
Thank you.
best way is, what's the website again?
Channelwise.com.
Can't be easier than that. Thank you, Kathryn. We'll keep posted, and look
Thank
forward to
you.
helping everybody to get more coaching. Check it out.
Thanks, Julian.